Hey everyone, welcome to another video. In today's video, we're going to look at a Great League team featuring Dragalge. I have it paired with an XL Lickitung and a Vigoroth in the back. Dragalge is a Dragon Poison type, so it does resist all the fighting type moves that Lickitung and Vigoroth are weak to. As you'll see, the Lickitung usually draws out their Medicham or other fighter. Dragalge handles it up, and Vigoroth does pretty well in the back. Before we get started, I would like to just remind you to please subscribe, comment, and like the video. In the first game, we see Dragalge into Quillfish, which is a pretty good matchup as long as they don't have Ice Beam, but we still have to swap out because we are running an ABB style team, so we swap out and we catch what's an Acid Spray, so that's great. But in comes a Medicham, which is a pretty good counter to our Lickitung, but that's totally fine. We needed to get that out so it doesn't get aligned with our Vigoroth. We do throw the Power Whip because it does do more damage than the Body Slam would do, since we're only going to get to one move, and they take us out. I Dragon Tail up, and I see that they did build up to the Psychic, which would one-shot us, so I do shield. Dragon Tail and throw an Aqua Tail. I am going to undercharge this Aqua Tail a little bit and only throw a Great, because since they just threw a Psychic, we can still get off some more Dragon Tails to build up to a Gunk Shot. They do throw another move. It's only a Power-Up Punch, and we farm down. They do come in with a Lanoon. We throw an Aqua Tail to bait. Since we have so much energy, I'm assuming they're going to think we Outrage. We do a couple more Dragon Tails, and we're at the Gunk Shot, which will one-shot the Lanoon. And he's gone. And finally, they bring in their Quillfish, which is totally fine. I don't shield the first one, expecting it to be another Acid Spray, which it is. We build up to the Body Slam, and we do shield this one, even though I don't believe an Aqua Tail would KO. Throw the Body Slam, and that's a good game to our opponent. And it does take it out. Alright, on to the next one. In the next game, we have Dragalge versus Walrein, which is a terrible lead, so we instantly swap into our Lickitung. And again, we see yet another Medicham come in, which this is fine. We should be able to win this matchup in the zero shields, or at least force a shield out of our opponent, which is great. I'm not sure why they're all still running Power-Up Punch, but I guess it's better for this matchup for them. We do survive one more Power-Up Punch, and we throw the first Body Slam on CMP. And they do elect to shield that one. We throw one Lick, and then we throw our second Body Slam to just do some nice chip damage to the Medicham. Get off two more Licks, and we go down. Now we bring back in Dragalge, and we attempt to start farming down. They do throw a move, and this can only be a Power-Up Punch. They didn't even build up to another move, so we farm all the way down. I'm expecting Walrein to come back in. As you see, I'm desperately tapping the switch button, and in comes Trevenant. Vigoroth normally has a pretty terrible matchup against Trevenant, as we have no moves that are not at least single resisted, and that's only Bulldoze, which is a terrible move to begin with. So we do throw the Bulldoze, which does about 25%, not great, and we have to shield this Seed Bomb coming from the Trevenant. Now I know my only play here is to perfectly count the Shadow Claws for my opponent, so I throw the Body Slam right before they get to another Seed Bomb. I see my switch clocks coming up, they throw one, and we swap to catch the double resisted Seed Bomb onto our Dragalge. In comes the Walrein, and they do throw, which is perfectly fine, so we then let it go out, and they are energy dry. We come back in, we farm up to 4 counters, so we CMP tie on the Icicle Sphere. They do use their last shield here, and at this point I have to make sure that I have enough energy to throw a Body Slam at least at the Trevenant before they get to a move and take out this Walrein with the Body Slam. So we get very low in health, take out the Walrein, throw 2 counters to get to the Body Slam, and we live with 1 HP to get out the Body Slam, and that's a very good game, very well calculated. Good games to my opponent. And into the next one, Dragalge versus Sableye. This is a pretty neutral lead. We get to Aqua Tail at the same rate that they get to the first 2 foul plays. So we swap to try to catch the foul play, but we don't, and in comes another Medicham. So we saw how this played out before, and this one also is running Power-Up Punch. So we do the same thing. We build up to 2 Body Slams. This time we go a little bit further. Throw just before they get to the second Power-Up Punch because we know we live it. They don't shield the first one, but they will have to shield the second one if they want to control switch advantage, which they do decide to shield, so they farm us down just before we can get to that third Body Slam. In comes Dragalge. This time I throw the Aqua Tail immediately in case they have Ice Punch. They shield, so I do elect to shield, but it's only another power-up punch. Well, that was a bummer. So we farm it down, but we do have shield advantage, and in back comes in the Sableye, which is totally fine. We live one foul play just fine, and in comes their own Lickitung. We farm up to an Aqua Tail and then swap out because Vigoroth has a very hard matchup against Lickitung. The Licks are double resisted, and Body Slam just doesn't do enough, where our counters are super effective. So we overfarm quite a bit, and then we start throwing the Body Slams at this Lickitung, but at this point, this game is essentially over. Again, we don't need to shield, even if it's a Power Whip, which it is. It does a lot, but not enough. We farm it all the way down and have a Bulldoze ready for the Sableye. This doesn't fully KO, but we also still have a shield, and they can't Shadow Claw us down. So we take out the Sableye with counter, and that is a good game to my opponent there. Into the next one. We see Dragalge into Pelipper. This should be a pretty good matchup for us. We do have to watch out for the Hurricane if they build up to it, and they do resist our Aqua Tail, so I throw right when they get to the move, but we swap out, and in comes another Medicham running Power-Up Punch. I believe this is like the 4th one in a row, so we just stick to the same plan. Throw the Body Slam right at 5, hoping to get a desync CMP, which we do, which is perfect. So now they've wasted all their energy again, and we will still get to another Body Slam, and they have to shield, or we will win switch advantage. I believe in this case they don't shield, and we lick them down just in time. Back in comes the Pelipper. They get minimal farm with only 1 wing attack, and we come back in with Dragalge. At this point, they do have enough for the Hurricane, so we do respect it. And shield. We throw 1 Dragon Tail, and then we throw the Aqua Tail, which won't KO, but they should respect it to shield since they have so much energy. We go ahead and throw the second Aqua Tail because Pelipper is very squishy, and I figured they would shield that as well. Again, they built back up for the Hurricane, and they bait again with Weather Ball, which is totally fine. In comes Stunfisk. I should have immediately switched, but instead I throw 3 Dragon Tails and then an Aqua Tail. It is super effective, but it doesn't do very much. I come in with Vigoroth, which I should have done right away, but that's what it is. They throw an Earthquake, which does a lot. I then miscount thinking I can get to the Bulldoze, and I don't. So at this point, I'm feeling very uncomfortable as the Rock Slide takes us out. We will outpace to this last Aqua Tail, which is very nice. And it should be just enough to take out the Stunfisk. They come back in with Pelipper, but I know this can only be a Weather Ball, which is resisted by the Dragon typing, and 1 Dragon Tail takes it out, and we win again with 1 HP. And into the next one. We have what would seem to be a good lead in Medicham versus Dragalge. We do have to watch out for Psychic and Ice Punch. They do build up to the Ice Punch, so I do not respect it, and they get it off. After seeing so many Power-Up Punches, I just assumed. At this point, I do shield, expecting another Ice Punch, but this time, this Medicham is a wild man, and he is running Ice Punch and Power-Up Punch. I probably should not have gone for that Gunk Shot. 2 Aqua Tails probably was the correct play, but we get a shield, and that's that, so we're even on shields. But our Lickitung is going to take a lot of damage here before it goes down, so we're at about just over half health, and in comes a Bastiodon. At this point, they come in with the Charmed Ninetales, and even though Vigoroth can beat the Charmed Ninetales, it's not looking very good because we are just going to take way too much damage from Charm. That Bastiodon smackdowns are going to eventually take us out, and Lickitung just cannot do a whole lot against Bastiodon, as we will see. So I throw another Body Slam. I do get the final shield, and we do have good IV, so we will make it to the final Body Slam, but we have maybe 2 health left, and 1 smackdown takes us out. I do come back in with the Lickitung instead of just backing out to see how much a Power Whip does, and it's just not enough. It only does about 15% to what I'm assuming is a very XL Bastiodon. Stone Edge does way too much, and I let the opponent farm me down, and that's a good game. Thanks everyone for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe on the video. Let me know what you think. Let me know any feedback or any questions you have about the battle, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.